What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on my channel. So I'm going to do my 2019-2020 Premier League predictions since the transfer window closed nearly 4 days ago. I'm sorry this is really late, but we're going to have to deal with it, innit? So getting into it, in 20th place, I'm going with Sheffield United. Now, I'm really sorry, Blades fans. Trust me, I really am. It's just I don't think you're going to survive this season. It's just your performance against Bournemouth was really impressive, and for a team that's just come up, that's a good performance in my opinion against a probably really good Premier League side. But I don't think you're gonna keep that up for the across 38 games. I don't think you got the squad. I don't think it's good enough really to sustain it. In 19th place, I'm going with Norwich City now. And if you don't think that, if you disagree with my opinion on where I think your team will finish the season, just comment down below. And for every single one, I'm really sorry if this is not what you want, but it's my opinion in it. But in 19th place, I'm going with Norwich City. I saw the performance against Liverpool, and I can see what they're trying to do and trying to gel quickly into the Premier League, but that is a massive risk. In my opinion, it's a massive risk. With the kind of squad they've got, I don't think their squad's good enough to do that kind of football. So in 19th place, I'm going with Norwich City. In 18th, I'm going with Brighton Hove Albion. I'm sorry, I've got to do it. I've got to do it. I know they beat Watford 3-0, but I think that's just a one-off in my opinion. That is just a one-off. They spent £60 million on... They spent £40 million on two players from the Championship. Come on, man. You got to be doing better than that, bruv. Seriously. They spent... They spent little bits of money here and there as well around the world. But looking at the squad, I just don't think they're going to do it. I just don't think they're going to do it. So in 18th place, I'm going with Brighton Hove Albion. I've got to do it. In 17th place, I'm going with Southampton. Now, this is probably based on their performance against Burnley, really. It wasn't good. It really wasn't good. They signed Che Adams from Birmingham City. I think it's going to take quite a while for him to gel in the Premier League. Scored a number of goals in the Championship. Looked really good. Really good goal scorer as well. But I'm not sure if he's going to cut in the Premier League. Danny Ings as well. Yeah, it's a decent signing. What he did last year was really good. But again, I don't think the squad's like good enough to get high in table. I think they'll stay up, but I don't think they're good enough to be like near enough like higher than 13th, I reckon. So I'm going with Southampton in 17th. In 16th place, I'm going with Newcastle United. Now, everyone knows all the fans of Newcastle United. I can totally understand why you're pissed off at Mike Ashley, because getting rid of Rafa Benitez is probably one of the worst decisions any football club can make in the Premier League. Rafa Benitez, what he's won as a manager stuns me. He won the Champions League with Dimi Traore at left back. That's insane. And you're letting this kind of manager go. And you're bringing in Steve Bruce. Are you fucking serious? That's just mental. I reckon if Rafa Benitez stayed at Newcastle United, I reckon Newcastle will be higher up in the table in my opinion. But since Steve Bruce has come in, I reckon they'll finish 16th. Their squad's good enough to survive, and the squad's good enough to be in the Premier League, so I reckon they'll finish 16th this year. In 15th place, I'm going with King Shithouse FC, Burnley, basically. I'm going with them in 15th because they're just a shithouse club, aren't they? They just are. Their performance against Southampton was a shithouse. Their first goal was a shithouse. The wind helped them out. Literally hoof up in the air. Wind helped them out. Ashley Barnes threw on goal. Scored a perfectly good finish right through Angus Gunn's legs. But yeah, I think they're just going to shit out the rest of this season, and I think they're going to do a solid 15th place. In 14th place, I'm going with Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa, I can't believe the amount they spend in the transfer window. I really can't. They literally spent all the money they got from the playoff final. They literally just spent it all on this window, which is fair enough because, in my opinion, Aston Villa's squad from the Championship was around about 5th or 6th squad in the Championship. Now, if you got a squad that's good for 5th or 6th in the Championship, that's not good enough to survive in the Premier League. And I reckon they were probably one of the underdogs in the playoff final. And I think the other one was Derby County. Yes, that means I reckon either West Brom or Leeds were probably more favoured to get into the playoff final. But Aston Villa won the playoff final against Derby, currently Frank Lampard's team as well. And they had done really well in that game, but that squad there was full of quite a lot of dead wood. So they brought £100 million in the transfer window, and that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money for a promoted club. I'm just hoping they don't turn out what happened to Fulham actually. But looking at the squad, I reckon that's good enough to stay in the Premier League, and I'm going with them in 14th. In 13th place, I'm going with Crystal Palace. Now, I could be deluded and just put us in 10th, maybe. I could, But if I'm going to be real, our squad's not good enough to be in the top 10. It's not good enough. We spent £8 million this transfer window. I was gonna make a full on video about the transfer window, but you didn't understand how pissed off I was after that. I was gonna make a video about it, but I put a tweet out about my thoughts on it. If you want to know what I'm on about, check out my Twitter, which is JBCPFC2004. And on there, it's just literally what I thought of the transfer window. But getting back to what I was saying about where I think Palace will finish this year, I reckon 13th. And I think that's a good season for us. It's solid for us because of the squad we've got. We nearly lost Wilfred Zaha on deadline day, and frankly, I was pissed off at that as well because you put in a transfer request literally on deadline day. It makes no sense. But yeah, our squad, we signed Jordan Ayew, 2.5 million. He played really well against Everton actually. He got man of the match as well, so can't really complain, can you? James McCarthy and Victor Camaras, I think they'll come later on in the season. I think they're just getting time to bed into the team, and then we'll probably see the best of them maybe around about October, November time. But by then, I reckon we'll be like 2 points off relegation places anyways. But I reckon we will stay up this year, and I reckon 13th will be good for us. In 12th, I'm going with Bournemouth, AFC Bournemouth. Now, their defence last year was shocking. It was shocking, though. It was really shocking. And I'm not sure if that was down to their goalkeeper, maybe, or some of their defence. I'm not too sure. But looking at the window they've had, they signed Lloyd Kelly from Bristol City. In my opinion, that's not good enough to improve your defence, in my opinion. It's good for the future, that I'll give you that. But you've now got 3 left backs. Now, I'm not sure if Lloyd Kelly's going to be used as a centre back or a left back because, as you know, Lloyd Kelly's a massive, massive player. He's huge. It's like 6'4", 6'5", massive, massive. I'm not sure if he's massively built, but he's very tall. He was probably a bit like a skinny version of Tyrone Mings, mainly. And I do think they'll have a decent season, but not glamorous. I think their attack will be the main reason why they finish. If it's just their attack, yeah, I reckon top half maybe for Bournemouth. But since their defence is really poor, I reckon maybe about 12th maybe will be good for Bournemouth, I reckon. In 11th place, I'm going with Watford. Reason why I'm saying this is mainly because of Watford's squad. It's mainly because of Watford's squad, mainly because the business they've done, Craig Dawson, There's, this is one of them ones, isn't it? And they signed Islamina Sarr, which I'm really pissed off about as well because that was our replacement for Wilf. I'm not sure what he is for Watford because they got Will Hughes and Roberto Pereira as their main starting players, and Islamina Sarr is a winger, and Watford mainly like to play in more of the narrow formation. So I'm not sure what Sarr is mainly for. Maybe for a plan B, maybe I reckon. But looking at their squad, they also signed Danny Welbeck on a free, which I think that's a good transfer window. I mean transfer signing, sorry. And I think the squad, looking at their squad, I think it's decent, and I think standard 11 for me. Going into the top half of the table, in 10th place, I am going with Leicester City. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is mainly because of when they lost Harry Maguire. That is the main reason. I don't think that the two centre halves in Soyuncu and Wes Morgan are going to be the ones that will get them maybe like 7th or 8th maybe. I just think Soyuncu isn't really Premier League experienced, and Wes Morgan is getting on a lot. Like, I'm telling you, he's nearly 36, and he's slow as hell. Probably one of the slowest in the Premier League, in my opinion. But I'm not trying to have a dig at Leicester, but I just don't think the defenders they've got is good enough for 7th or 8th. I think Johnny Evans is good enough, but I don't reckon Soyuncu or Wes Morgan will be up there as well. So I'm going with Leicester in 10th. In 9th place, I'm going with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, last season, Wolves had an amazing season last year. Wolves, absolutely superb. And the job Espirito Santo's done stuns me. Like, I thought Wolves were probably going to finish probably about mid-table maybe. Probably because of their squad depth. I didn't think that squad would be good enough to hold out for a Europa League spot. I thought the best 11 was good enough for Europa League. But I thought last season the main thing that would kill them was the squad depth. And that's the same thing this year. With the Europa League now as well, that's the main reason why I think this year will be the reason why squad depth will be an issue for them. So I'm going with Wolves to finish 9th. So I just turned the light on because I realised it was getting really dark in this room. So in 8th place now, I'm going with Everton. Everton for me look decent this year, and with the signings they made in the transfer window, they look alright actually. But the one thing I just want to say, I saw an Everton fan on Twitter, and this made me laugh so much. He was so salty over Wilfried Zaha. He was unbelievable. He was just raving at us, saying that we're holding him hostage. Bruv, we have a right to keep him because he signed a 5-year deal last year. So shut the fuck up, mate. And they signed Alex Iwobi instead. So mainly, I think I'm not really sure about Everton, but in other aspects. But looking at the transfer window they had, they didn't have a good window. But Andre Gomes back. It won't be obviously, but I reckon that's mainly for the squad. Just like Theo Walcott was actually. They signed the CDM. I've completely forgot his name. Matt. I forgot his name. It starts with a G. That's all I know. But yeah, I reckon 8th is good enough for Everton this year. I think they've just missed out on the last spot for Europa League. So that does mean in 7th place. In 7th place, I'm going with West Ham United. Pains me to say because I fucking hate West Ham. You don't understand. I just hate West Ham so much. If West Ham fans come at me, I don't really care. I just hate your club. I just do. I have a passion to hate West Ham for some reason. I just do. But I'm going with West Ham in seventh because the squad they have, fuck me. The squad they have is mad. The midfielders they have, oh my god. Lanzini, Fornals, Declan Rice. We also got Noble with the experience. Yeah, I can't really think of them off the top of my head, but I know they have got a good midfield. They've got Felipe Anderson on the wing. Haller's the new signing, £45 million. Apparently he looks good. Even though they lost 5-0 against City, apparently he played really well against City. And Antonio as well has got good pace on him for the counter-attacks. I reckon West Ham could have a good season this year, even though they did lose 5-0 against Man City. I'm going to go with them in seventh. Now, the one you've all been waiting for, the top six. Who is going to finish where? Who's going to win the league? Who's going to get top four? And who's going to just miss out? Well, starting with the two that I think are going to miss out. In sixth place, I'm going with Chelsea. I'm sorry, Chelsea fans. My dad's a Chelsea fan as well. He's going to fucking go mental, mate, if he watches this. He probably won't because he doesn't really care about YouTube or anything like that. But in sixth place, I'm going with Chelsea. Purely because of their squad, not because of anything else. I just think their squad isn't good enough to get top four this year. And I just don't think they're that experienced enough. The man, Frank Lampard, much as I love, even though I'm a Palace fan, I've loved Frank Lampard over the years. Such a good player he was for Chelsea. I think he'll be alright this season, but I don't think they will get top four this year. I'm sorry, Chelsea fans, I don't think you will. In fifth place, I'm going with Manchester United. I'm sorry, United fans, but I'm putting you in fifth place. I'm really sorry. I know you beat Chelsea 4-0 today, but looking at your squad, Martial and Rashford, I think they're really, really good. But looking at their stats last year, I don't think 11 goals in total on average in both of them is going to be good enough for this year. I think they need at least one striker that can guarantee you 20 goals. And I thought that could have been Lukaku this year. That's what I thought. But obviously he's gone to Inter now. But I reckon fifth for you this year. And this is just the positions. If I said the points right now, I'll probably say I actually think sixth to fourth is going to be only by 1 point this year. That's what I think personally. But in fifth place, I'm going with Manchester United. In fourth place, I'm going with Arsenal. All I'm going to say is fair play to Arsenal. Fair play to you this year. The window you've had really, really did surprise me. £72 million for Nicolas Pepe. I know he's from the French League, and the French League is much slower than the Premier League. But looking at him, he was amazing last year. He was linked with like Barcelona. I think he was linked with PSG once as well. He's gone to Arsenal. I don't know how. He's just gone to Arsenal. Same with David Luiz actually. He's gone from Champions League to Europa League. And that's a big move to go from Chelsea to Arsenal. And there's a couple of Chelsea fans that are like, hopefully it's Petr Cech Part 2, where he just absolutely flops at Arsenal and goes back to Chelsea or something like that. But I don't think that David Luiz thing will happen. I think David Luiz will be a good sign for Arsenal, and to be honest, it's better than Mustafi. Let's be honest, and I think it'll be good alongside Socrates as well. So yeah, I'm going with Arsenal in fourth. In third place, I'm going with Tottenham Hotspur, purely because they're just there. I think Tottenham are just going to finish third. I just purely do. I think Arsenal, United and Chelsea are going to battle out for fourth. And I think Liverpool and City are going to battle out for the title. So that means I'm just going to leave Tottenham in third. Looking at their squads, it's good. It's actually good. Signed Ndebele, who's a really good player. Who else did they sign? Fuck, I completely forgot what they signed. Sorry, Spurs, but I completely forgot what you signed. Oh well, but Indabella's a good signing though. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Spurs in third. The final two places. Who do I think is gonna win the league, and who do I think is gonna be runners up? In second place, sorry about my umpire. Sorry, in second place, I'm going Liverpool. I'm so sorry, Liverpool, but I just don't think this is your year this year. The transfer window you had, I don't understand really, because I actually feel you could have maybe improved, maybe Van, not defensively. I reckon maybe more depth, maybe, because you got Shaqiri and Origi as your backup options up front, but I feel like you need someone else. Because if Mane, imagine Mane and Salah get injured, what are you gonna do then? Imagine Mane, Salah, and Firmino get injured, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have Bruce. I think it's gonna be Brewster, Origi, and Shaqiri up front for Liverpool. Wow. I reckon more depth at left back as well, because Robertson gets injured. What's gonna happen then? Because you sold Marino as well, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen. So yeah, I reckon Liverpool are going to just miss out on the title again this year. So that does mean in top as the champions again, I reckon it'll be Manchester City again. They're miles away from everyone. They're miles away from Tottenham. They're miles away from Arsenal. Miles away from United. But Liverpool are catching up. Liverpool are the only ones catching up to them, in my opinion. Manchester City are just on another level, really. They're just literally spending money just for the sake of it. It's like they didn't even need to sign anyone, and you could say they're gonna win the league next year. You could literally, after the FA Cup final, it's like City gonna win the league next year. You could literally guarantee it. It could literally be free money for you. Well, I'm not sure, because it'll probably be like even, so you can't even get any money if they win the league. But the thing is, they spent 62 million on Rodri. They didn't even need him, because I actually think Fernandinho would have actually held out for another season. But I couldn't guarantee it. But Rodri's a good signing. Apparently he played really well against West Ham. But apparently he's another Jorginho, so I can't really comment because I didn't watch the game. Cancelo as well. How can you tell me that they just signed Cancelo for they just signed Cancelo and just replace as a replacement for Danilo? Cancelo was probably one of the best right backs in Europe last year for Juventus. The season he had was unbelievable. But in my opinion, Wan-Bissaka had a better season. Of course I'm going to say that. But I think Trent Alexander-Arnold had a better season as well. But back to Cancelo. They spent 30 million on him. 30 million pound for Cancelo. I know it was a swap deal, but if you're gonna want for someone of Cancelo's quality, you're gonna probably want like 80 million for him. Juventus only got 30 and a player. Jesus Christ, that's a bargain. Cancelo's worth less than Wan-Bissaka, for God's sake. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh well. Anyways, back on City. I think their squad's just too good for everyone else, and I think they're gonna win the league next year. So that is my Premier League predictions done. What do you think? I want your comments flying. I want your comments. Okay, I want more comments coming in. Yeah, I want some of your predictions in the comments below on this video. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like the video if you did enjoy it, and also comment your opinions of what I've said. If you think I've absolutely talk absolute shit, it's what apparently I speak every single day, then let me know. Just let me know. All right. Please, and make sure you do subscribe if you're new, and turn your notifications on so you're up to date of all the time when I upload, alright? Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.